What is going on, Wastelanders? It is me, Lone Vault Wanderer, and I'm here to explain to you all the concept of legendaries in Fallout 4. Specifically, I will be describing what legendary enemies, weapons, and armor are, and what exactly you can do to try and obtain them. First of all, legendary enemies, weapons, and armor pieces are all denoted by a star in the game. So whether it's coming across a legendary enemy and seeing a star after their name, or in the inventory menu and seeing weapons or armor pieces that have a star next to their name, the appearance of these stars is the quickest way to determine whether something is legendary or not. Second, legendary enemies are essentially more powerful variants of regular enemy types that can spawn at random throughout your playthroughs. Now, while I do say that they're more powerful, that's not necessarily in the sense that they have higher base stats. In fact, legendary enemies have the same base stats as their standard brethren, but with one small difference. They hold unique legendary abilities. These abilities are initially dormant, and will only be activated if the legendary enemy manages to mutate after taking a significant amount of damage. Mutation, however, also replenishes all of the lost health of the legendary enemy. And note that legendary enemies can be loosely described as sitting in one of two subcategories: those that use melee damage and usually hit twice as hard, and those that utilize ranged weapons who are typically more accurate. Now, given the above, legendary enemies tend to be more of a challenge to defeat, but if you do so, they will always drop a legendary item of some sort, either a weapon or a piece of armor. Now, before we talk about these weapons or pieces of armor, we need to mention how difficulty settings in the game affects legendary enemies. Specifically, depending on what difficulty you have set the game to, the chance of legendary enemies spawning will be different. Fallout 4 difficulty settings range from very easy, normal, hard, very hard, and survival. The harder you set your difficulty to, the higher the chance that legendary enemies will spawn in your game. So effectively, setting your difficulty to survival gives you the highest chance of legendary enemies, which therefore by implication will give you the highest chance of being able to loot legendary weapons and armor. So finally, let's talk about what exactly legendary weapons and armor are. Essentially, they are also variants of their respective base models, but with one difference: each has a particular special bonus that is determined randomly. For weapons, there exists a pool of 40 special bonuses in total that act as modifiers to legendary weapons. To give some examples of legendary weapon effects, the Assassin's effect results in the weapon doing 50% more damage against humans. The Crippling effect means that the weapon causes 50% more limb damage, and the Rapid effect means that the weapon provides a 25% faster fire rate and also a 15% faster reload. Now, for armor pieces, there exists a pool of 26 special bonuses in total that act as modifiers to legendary armor. To give some examples of legendary armor effects, the VATS Enhanced effect results in a 10% reduction in action point costs in VATS. The Chameleon effect will result in enemies having a harder time detecting you while you're sneaking and not moving. And finally, the Almost Unbreakable effect will quadruple the durability of that particular armor piece. However, I have only named just a fraction of the effects for both legendary weapons and armor, because I want to leave it to you to discover more of these legendary weapon and armor pieces yourself, and come to understand the vast special bonuses that exist. So anyways, Wastelanders, that is all from me. I really appreciate you sticking around to the end. Of course, subscribe to me if you're looking for more Fallout 4 content. I want to be keeping up with these guides as long as I can, and until next time, this has been the Lone Vault Wanderer. Please take care of yourself, and as always, keep fighting a good fight.